third quarter, but man, did Georgia pour it on late.
Yeah, it was still 31-13, but there were some moments, there were some cracks, but Georgia took care of business. And I'll tell you what, Jesse, this is beginning to be a very one-sided rivalry. Auburn needs to show up. Like, Georgia's had bragging rights year after year after year. Auburn's got to shut these guys up.
Yeah, Georgia's won 8 in a row now in this rivalry. You're right. I think the big key for Auburn, they've got to be able to get pressure on the quarterback. Could not do it consistently against Carson Beck. Big reason why Carson Beck did not turn it over in this game last season. That had been a problem for him early in the year. Auburn's defense has to play big today.
They'll run it from the gun. Turning it on. Spin, still running. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. And the Tigers want to crank the tempo.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas, right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. It's not always going to be in a three-point stance. He can sometimes be in the backfield. You could flex him out into the slot. They might even try to put this guy out at wide receiver in the split end position and see what he can do there, because this guy is a weapon.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Snagged in the middle. It's Howard. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. The Tigers are on the move. To the air on first down. Finds the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Out of the gun, the inside give. Plows ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs. The Bulldogs offense will get the ball for the first time. And it was a rough showing last week, and it all started with the quarterback, Jesse.
Yeah, he looked lost in that last game out. I thought the defense did a really good job of confusing him, mixing up their looks and their pressure. So no different today. The defense obviously watched the film, and they're going to come out and they're going to try to do the exact same thing and get this guy rattled. So this quarterback, he has to know what to expect early in this one, David.
If I'm his offensive coordinator, I want to get started off on the right foot, man. Get the ground game going. Make it easy, because last week was such a disaster. We want to turn the page. We need some confidence. We need some good mojo. First drive, we need something good to happen early so we can forget about that last week.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Picks up the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
It's a good-looking run, and I'll say this. I know Georgia's always been known to run the football. They always want to be really physical, but it starts up front. They always seem to have great units on the offensive line, guys that communicate and guys that get pushed. They put many running backs into the NFL, but it's because of these big old hog mollies up front.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Well, the receiver was double covered on that play, and I don't know if the decision by the QB had to do with the pressure. Because he was hurried, he just had to get rid of that faster than he wanted to. He's lucky he didn't come away with an interception.
Every defense defense in the country talks about getting off. In predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Punt is in the air. Fair catch called for and made around the 20-yard line. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. You could probably question the decision to pass on a field goal last time, and they came up empty on that previous drive, Jesse.
I just think in this offense, it's going to come down to critical down and distances, right? Down in the red zone, third down, fourth down. I like them being aggressive. They just got to do a better job executing.
Yeah, and they kind of know what the defense gave them last time. So let's be more aggressive and take advantage of that defense on this drive.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. The play action fake. Grabbed over the middle. It's Coleman. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Guys, only Minnesota and Wisconsin have played more often than Auburn and Georgia. This rivalry is rich in tradition.
And you're right, Reese. This goes back to 1892. A long time. This game has been heated. You know a bunch of the names, a bunch of the storylines. And speaking of storylines, how about the mascot for Georgia? Literally trying to bite an Auburn wide receiver. That's how real this rivalry is.
The Tigers will line it up on 1st and 10.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Tried to pound it on 1st down, now back to the line. They go to the ground. They'll make the stop, and he gets 4 on the play. Ball's at the 25.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a 3rd down opportunity that's in their favor.
Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
First play of the period, first down here. Looking downfield on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Simmons. Tackle made at the 9-yard line. After the catch, it'll be 1st and goal. Auburn comes to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And this offense knew coming into the game, when they get to the red zone, it's going to be tough sledding because it's hard to run, especially against this physical defense. They're one of the top 5 defenses stopping the run. And you know at this area of the field, it's really tough to throw it.
Touchdown, Tiger! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover it. With that last catch, this is now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
Fair catch, called for and made. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They're looking for something, looking for anything to try to put some kind of score on the board, down 7-0. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Can't connect on his first throw. Guys, this rough start is hardly what they had in mind to start SEC play, and it's not going to get any easier.
Well, no doubt about it. There were big expectations surrounding this program inside SEC play this year. Things haven't necessarily gone their way. They've had to fight a ton of adversity, but David, they believe they have the leadership in the locker room to turn it around, but it's got to start today.
Yeah, one at a time. Like, we got to start today. We got to find something. We got to find what we're really good at, what we can hang our hat on, so we can start to build some momentum throughout the season. Obviously, not the start we wanted, but we got to point to the next opportunity.
And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Oh, this crowd wants it. They want to roll Toomer's corner, but right now they want to stop on third down. Catch in the middle. It's Frazier. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48. The Dogs are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw again. Makes the catch. It's Humphreys.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
He has the first and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And on second down, a lot of times, I don't know why, you just, as a defense, you go pass. You think passing situations, passing downs. Really good job by the offense, committing to the run game, not abandoning it, not getting yourself in a third down situation where you had to throw the football.
He stopped him behind the line of scrimmage. He ran through one guy, but not through the rest.
And you can do a better job up front right there. That run was doomed from the get-go. Nowhere to go. The back gets hit as soon as he gets the football. Hard to succeed as a running back when you get the ball and you get clocked.
And they're able to get him on the ground.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got him downfield. He stopped just short of the goal line at the one. An explosive play has him set up.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got to be able to score.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bulldogs. The extra point here would tie the game. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
So here comes the Auburn offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Wants to fire on second down. Got it in the middle. It's Singleton. Turns it on in midfield. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver. They can do that. They can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit him with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down.
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
And And in this offense, you know, as a quarterback, you're going to get opportunities to put up. Big numbers. You've been impressed watching this guy play early this year. With that last pass completion, he's now already over 2,000 yards on the season.
He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal?
Here we go.
Trying to power it in. And again, he gets nothing. This defense is not giving up anything on the goal line.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
He cannot get it in. A mere inches away from pay dirt. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. He splits the uprights. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
And I'll be honest, I don't love the call. On 4th and that short, I want to go for it. But you trust your kicker, he does his job, and he puts 3 on the board.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They're still looking for a little more productivity as they trail 10-7. Looking to throw on 1st down. It's incomplete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
Sends it downfield. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play, they'll go back to the air. Catch in the middle, it's Bell. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Under fire. He's going to let it go. Pass ball's incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the first half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. On 4th down, looking to pass. He's not afraid to go deep. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football. Just about set here in the second half as Auburn about to kick it off. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Low-scoring first half, but now an opportunity to get things off on the right foot here in the third quarter.
Well, and the good thing is you had time to go in the locker room. You had time to discuss what they're doing, what our plan of action is now moving forward from them. They might have caught them off guard a little bit. They know they should have made some adjustments.
Yeah, you had a chance to regroup and go back and think about, okay, where do we think we have our best chance of success in this game? Which side of the offensive line can we run to? Which guy can we throw to hopefully now have a much better second half?
Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. The Dogs have had a long history of scrappy and efficient quarterbacks. Add a little star power to it, and you've got something working.
You definitely get a little extra something. We see it all across college football. You find that dude at the quarterback spot, it takes you from good to great, and you've seen that with Georgia over the last several seasons.
And the Bulldogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking to fire. Got it in the middle, it's Thomas. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. Caught over the middle, it's Bell. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. And the Dogs are marching down the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
I love playing man coverage on the back end. Getting those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable in run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. The Bulldogs started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. They'll run the screen. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
Yeah, and I think you've just seen how the quarterback has so much confidence in this guy catching the ball too, right? Receivers aren't open, tight ends aren't open. He knows he can find him running out of the backfield if he...
Touchdown, Georgia! And that one will put him up here in the second half.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the extra point was good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. QB draw. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. This offense is starting to believe, and as they generate yards and points, they're bringing momentum with them. Holds and fires complete to the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Oh, that just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. That's caught. It's Singleton. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Using his legs, it's Cobb. Oh, he's got some space. Steamrolls his way ahead. He gets it across the 40 and out of bounds at the 38.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Tackle is made at the 33. It's about a 5-yard pickup, and that'll be enough for a first down.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wondered maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down?
The biggest rule change for me, if I could make one in all of college football, would be illegal man downfield. And when they run these RPO plays and those linemen start to creep further and further down the field, I would love for the refs to call those more often. It's a cheating play, basically, running these RPOs. So hard to stop. Nice execution by the offense, but probably cheating too.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Hand off from the gun. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
Got it! And he will score! On Tigers.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This should be the last play of the quarter. Wants to throw on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Humphries. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. The give to the tailback. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Dogs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that first down. The running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Grabbed over the middle. It's Thomas. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Let's see what they've got on second down. They'll try the run. Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
And the Bulldogs kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll try to find room outside on the jet sweep. Oh, a lot of space. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
And that was way too easy for this offense. Defense is about leverage. It's about caging things and keeping it inside, not letting it get to the perimeter. They let that ball get outside with a guy that has speed. Next thing you know, first down.
The offense coughs it up. Sometimes the ball just bounces your way, and the offense very lucky to keep possession on that one. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
But one thing I do know, Reese, this running back's got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. So this is going to be rife with drama and overflowing with pressure on this field goal try. Huge field goal attempt could tie the game, and he'll have to make it through ear-splitting noise. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the MAC. Western Michigan is currently working from behind, but how many times have we said that and then witnessed something special happen? This time of year, you never know. It's a tight one right now. They're trailing by only 5 to Ball State. The Maction never sleeps, and we'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. You know, we joke that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep them covered.
Yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical. They sell block for a second, and then they run open and they find holes in zones, or they get good matchups. And, man, those tight ends nowadays are nightmares for defenses to try to stop.
The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll go to the ground. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. The Tigers have their offense in high gear. Using his legs, it's Cobb. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Auburn sends out the punting unit. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. He makes the catch at the 10. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack. Get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Trying to burn this defensive back. Wide open. He makes the catch. Turns it on down the left side. Touchdown, Dogs! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And he makes the extra point. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tied game, hoping to get something on the board. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Got his man downfield. He's loose on the left. There he goes. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Tigers. Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, Dave. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails for the back of the end zone. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Time for the offense to try to put together a 4th quarter drive to break a tie. To the air on 1st down. And this is going to be intercepted. A big play in a tie game. No room for return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25. Here's a big drive for this defense who will try to get a stop with just a few minutes left. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Grab behind the line. It's Singleton. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
The clock has stopped for the timeout, and we have reached the final 2 minutes in this one. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Absolutely perfect. And now they've taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
Big-time kick late in the 4th quarter to take the lead. Now, not much time left. Defense has to be ready on the sideline, ready for the 2-minute drill, knowing exactly what you're doing to get one more stop.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Pressure coming. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. They've got him then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play.
And just pressure. You've got to love the ability to get to the quarterback, make him feel uncomfortable, and then the cherry on the sundae.
He wants to go deep. He's got it down the left. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. Looking downfield on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Bell. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Looking to fire. Catch in the middle, it's Bell. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
You're seeing a lot of confidence out of this quarterback now. 3 for 3 on this 2-minute drive. He understands that he needs to step up if his team's going to win this game, and he's playing his best football.
And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. And the Dogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Looking up top, and time is of the essence. Makes a connection, and he's dragged down. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock running. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
Man, this game has been incredible to watch, and the offense comes through late in the game, takes the lead. What a clutch drive by this offense. Now, I'm looking at you, defense. We got the lead late in the game. I need you to go put this thing on ice and win it for me.
He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. So here comes the Auburn offense. Pretty much down to cases here, David. They have to execute quickly to have a shot at the end.
And obviously you want to do everything you can to make it as short a Hail Mary as possible, right? So try to get a chunk right here before you have to take Jesse that big shot to the end zone.
And you know they're already dialing up that shot play, right? Who has the best hands on offense? Who has the best size? Who can go up, high point the football, and win you this game?
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Wants to go up top on first down. Takes a hit as he fires. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. To the ground with the back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. It is Georgia taking home the W in the Deep South's oldest rivalry. That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we saw two really good teams slug it out, and one of them came out on top.
Yeah, two really good teams, man. That's a reason why they're both ranked. They're both really good, and I tell you what, getting this win proves something to everyone.